Nothing is more scary than realizing that you don't have the money to retire. If you continue down the same path, you're not going to be able to retire. And what are you going to do to catch up for retirement? Guys, let me know down in the comments below. Are you behind on saving for retirement? Are you scared that you're not going to be able to save for retirement? And maybe you just don't know how to get started. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Susan Velez, and on this channel, we talk about making money, saving money, investing money, and taking care of our health so that we can catch up for retirement, especially if you are late to saving for retirement like me. So guys, I am 51 years of age. I am behind on retirement. I started when I was 46 in 2019 with a net worth of $0. And today, guys, I have managed to build a net worth of $177,000. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot. I know that if I was to retire today, I would not be able to survive. But I want to give you hope that if you take these steps that I'm going to share with you guys and start implementing them in your life will look different when you do retire than it would today if you don't take the steps necessary to change your life. Because guys, I want you to realize that nobody is going to take care of you when you get old. It's up to you right now when you are younger to put away the money that you will need in order to pay the roof over your head, be able to eat, pay your bills when you do reach that age and the money stops coming in from your W-2 job. So let's go ahead and jump in and share with you guys exactly what I'm doing or what I had to overcome in order to get started saving for retirement at a later year than a younger investor. So the first thing you have to change, guys, is your mindset. If you don't believe that you have what it takes to change your money behaviors or to catch up for retirement, then you're not going to do it, guys, because I'm going to tell you right now, you have to get a little uncomfortable. You have to change your relationship with money. You have to change your behaviors. So if you're the type of person who's always spending money on everything, you can't tell yourself no, then it's going to be very hard to catch up for retirement because you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to start putting away more money into your contributions. That way you can catch up for retirement. The great thing is that the IRS makes it easier for people like us who are behind on retirement to catch up because they allow us to invest more than a younger person. Now, I know that getting started when we were 20, I know that a lot of us regret not doing the things that we needed to do to catch up for retirement. But guys, if you're a Gen Xer like me, that means that it wasn't as easy to get started investing as it is today, and the information wasn't as readily available as it is today. I realized that that's not the only reason that I didn't get started investing at an earlier age. I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't make a lot of money, and I chose to spend my paycheck on things that didn't help me build my wealth. But guys, regardless of the mistakes that we made in the past, why we didn't get started, or for whatever reason that you're here and you're now looking to change your behaviors, you have to understand that that time is gone. It doesn't matter. You can regret all your mistakes you want. It's not going to change anything. You have to be okay with your past so that you can move forward and start building your future. So it all starts with your mindset, guys. Let go of the past and just know that everything that you do right now is going to help you have a better tomorrow. And then number two, guys, is that you have to get started today. I know a lot of people say that you don't need to get started investing until you have an investment strategy or an investment plan. If this is you guys and you're waiting on the sideline until everything is perfect and you know everything about investing, you can't wait any longer, especially if you're older like me. You don't have a lot of time left for your money to build and compound. So you need to get your money in the market today. And if you don't know how to get started, guys, and you don't want to hire a financial advisor or pay for a financial advisor, I recommend picking up a book like The Simple Path to Wealth. This was the same book that I read, and I followed the advice in the book. In the book, he talks about buying just a low-cost index fund and investing in the total stock market. So you can't go wrong with an investment like the total stock market because you're diversifying your investments so that you're not just focused completely or putting all your nest egg in one individual stock, and you're mitigating your risk, guys. Yes, there's always risk whenever you put your money in the stock market. There's no doubt about that. But when you are investing in something like a total stock market, your money is safer than if you put it in individual stock. So guys, make sure that you do your due diligence. know where you're putting your money and get started today, even if it's just an index fund like the total stock market, how I got started. But guys, you have to do what's right for you. You have to do your due diligence. You have to be able to sleep at night. And the best way to do this is to find out what you feel comfortable, educate yourself, but don't wait on the sidelines for that perfect time. There is no perfect time. We've already lost a lot of time. You just need to get started today. And then number 3, guys, is you need to focus on making more money. So if you are a low income earner like me, guys, then you definitely need to focus on making more money. Even if you are a high income earner, guys, the one thing that we have lost is time. This means that you no longer have all that time that you had if you had started in your 20s, but it doesn't mean all is lost. Plenty of people have been able to retire a millionaire or retire with a decent nest egg, even if they started later. The one thing that I have realized when you get a later start is that you need to increase your contributions. You need to invest a lot more than you would if you were in your 20s. That's the only difference, is they have the time, therefore they don't have to invest as much as we do. We don't have as much time, but we do still have some time, but it just means that we need to increase our contributions. So if you are working a W-2 job, one of the best ways to increase your income is to ask for overtime or work some extra hours or find another job, guys, that is going to offer you better pay and better benefits, or you can ask for a raise at your current job. And another thing that you might want to consider is the one thing that has helped me get to where I am right now, which is to start a side hustle. So when you start a side hustle, guys, the government has retirement vehicles for self-employed individuals that allows you to increase your contributions or to fund your own retirement, because you're not going to have an employee sponsored 401k like somebody who works a W-2. So there's 2 investment vehicles that you can contribute to if you are self-employed, and that is the SEP IRA or a solo 401k. And I can tell you guys that those vehicles will definitely help you catch up for retirement. Because if it hadn't been for my Roth IRA, guys, in 2022, I invested a little over $28,000. And then 2023, I invested a little over $23,000. So if it hadn't been for the solo 401k, guys, I would be nowhere near where I am to catching up for retirement. And so that's why I'm a huge advocate, if you are late to catching up for retirement, that you have to find other ways to increase your income, because that's the best way that you're going to be able to catch up for retirement. Now, that said, guys, even if you don't have a lot of money to invest, or you don't have a side gig, or you can't pick up extra hours at work or anything else, you can get started today. So many brokerage accounts make it easy to get started with fractional shares. You don't need a lot of money to get started. Now, if you are starting with an index fund like I did, I opened up my index fund at Vanguard. You will need to come up, I think it was $3,000 when I opened up mine, to be able to open up or start that index fund. So if you don't have $3,000 that you can get started with investing today, then you can get started with ETFs and start investing in something like the total stock market, guys. So just know that you don't need a lot of money to get started. You can get started today with small amounts every time you get paid. Just know that it's going to take a lot longer for you to catch up, and the chances of you catching up for retirement are not going to be the same as somebody who has a high income or has a lot more money that they can contribute and put into the stock market. But that's okay, guys. Every little penny that you save today is going to make a huge difference in what your lifestyle looks tomorrow, especially if you never got started. And then number 4, guys, is to pay down your debt and stay out of debt. So debt is the worst thing. Debt is a wealth killer. And if you have a lot of debt right now, that means that that's going to limit the amount of money that you can put into the stock market to grow your wealth. So if you have debt, guys, the one thing you need to do is focus on paying down that debt. So especially if you have credit card debt, if you're paying or you're carrying a balance on a credit card that charges a 30% interest rate or more, you want to make sure that you're not putting everything that you have into the stock market and focusing on paying that credit card off, because trying to grow your wealth when you're carrying a balance on a 30% interest credit card is not going to do you any good. So what I recommend doing, if you have a W-2 employee sponsored 401k plan, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're investing up to the match. That way the company is giving you your free money whenever you're investing in the 401k. And then everything else that you have, guys, put it on that credit card. That way that credit card gets paid off. Once that credit card is paid off, make sure that you don't get back in the same situation that you were in before, because it's so easy to do, especially if you use your credit card for everything like we do. We use our credit card to pay our groceries, put gas in the car, and basically just live off of our credit card because we like those credit card cashback points. But we also know that if we don't have the money in the checking account, nothing gets charged on that credit card because you have to make sure that you can pay the balance off on the due date. So if you're struggling and you're living off your credit card and you're not able to pay that balance off when the due date comes, then you shouldn't be using a credit card. Maybe you need to use a cash envelope system where you're paying for everything with cash, because that way you can actually see what's going out, because using cash to pay for things is a lot better than charging something with plastic, because you're actually, when you're using cash, guys, you're more aware of what you're spending, because it's a lot easier to not want to spend cash than charging something on plastic. Or if you can't use a credit card responsibly, then you shouldn't be using a credit card, because you don't want to get back into debt, especially since we're getting so close to retirement. You want to make sure that you don't carry a lot of debt into retirement. And also, guys, the less debt that you have means that the less money that you're going to need to save for retirement in order to live a comfortable retirement. The next step, guys, is to be consistent. Set up a routine, whether that's a payday routine, a monthly routine, or whatever it is. You need to set up a routine where you're funding that investment every week, every 2 weeks, every paycheck, every month, or whatever. You just need to be consistent. You can't just fund it one time because you were online thinking that you need to catch up for retirement. I need to get started today, and then open up an investment and not fund it again. You have to be consistent. You have to create a routine where you're funding it every time. And guys, it doesn't matter. You just need to dollar cost average, whether that's the same amount that you get paid every pay period, and invest on a regular basis, whether the stock market is red, whether it's green. You just need to be consistent, because consistency is what's going to get you to a comfortable retirement. The next step, guys, is don't give up. It can be so easy to want to give up, especially if you are constantly looking for information on how to catch up for retirement. You run into somebody's YouTube channel and they say that you're too late to saving for retirement, and you're watching your investments grow, but it doesn't seem like they're growing because first of all, you don't have a lot of money. So therefore your investments are starting out small, and it's taking a long time for your investments to grow. Guys, it's going to take a while for your investments to grow. It's not going to happen overnight. You didn't get in this situation to where you have nothing for retirement overnight. So it's going to take some time to see your investments grow. But just know that as long as you don't give up, guys, you're eventually going to start seeing the progress grow. And once you start seeing your investments grow, guys, it's going to motivate you to find ways to increase your income, or to just find more ways to put more money in the stock market, guys. Because if you don't give up, you're going to end up at a better place than you were today. And even if you don't reach that retirement number that you figured out how much you need, it doesn't matter, guys. Just know that a lot of people, the average person, does not retire with anywhere near $1 million. So you don't need $1 million. You just need to be able to save something, and anything is better than nothing, guys. So just know that. Don't give up regardless of where you are and where you end up, because the only way that you're going to not be able to save for retirement, and the only way that you fail, is if you do give up, guys. So just know that you have to keep striving. You have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, because you're the only one that's going to be able to make a difference in what your retirement looks like 10, 20 years from now, or however close you are from retirement. And then the final step, guys, is to celebrate your milestones and don't compare yourself to other people. So it's so easy to want to compare ourselves to other people because we want to know how good we're doing. Are we behind? Are we where we're supposed to be? Or whatever. So we start looking online and start thinking about, well, how do I compare to the average person who saved for retirement. The truth is that the minute you do that, guys, it's either going to be depressing or it's going to make you feel good. But regardless, guys, it's your journey. It doesn't matter how much so and so has in their retirement, because that does not affect you. Her money, his money, whatever, does not affect you. The only thing you can do is keep the eye on your retirement, your savings goal, your savings rate. That's it. It doesn't matter what anybody has in their retirement, because it's not going to affect you, period. All you can do is run your own race, run your own journey, and that's it. Where you end up is where you end up. And you have to celebrate every little milestone, guys, because it's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to seem like you're never going to get there. But when you learn how to celebrate and be grateful for every little penny that you save, and know that every little penny that you save is going to make a huge difference when you do need that money, then it's going to make you realize that you are doing a good job, because you are getting started and you didn't wait another year, and you're getting your money in the market today. So just take the time to celebrate every penny and acknowledge yourself for taking that first step and actually taking the time and learning about catching up for retirement, guys. Because yes, we all wish we would have got started in our 20s. Yes, we can all have regrets. Yes, things would be different had we started in our 20s, but you can't do anything about the past. All you can do is celebrate where you are right now, that you're taking the action to actually do something and change your financial future. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below if you have anything to add for anybody who is feeling depressed or trying to get started on saving for retirement and they've found themselves behind the 8 ball. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I put out a new video. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.